Hi there, my name's Greg. One of the things I'm interested in is how literature explores the power of the sun, both the literal power of solar radiation upon the earth and also the metaphorical power of the sun within the imagination. And one thing that fascinates me is that almost all things upon the earth are ultimately powered by the sun, directly or indirectly. All organic life depends upon it, including us. The 19th century scientist John Tyndall called humans the children of the sun because we are sustained by plant life, which is generated by photosynthesis that needs the sun's light. So there's a massive cosmic scale associated with the sun, and yet it is this thing that is always there, a glowing eye, looking down upon our everyday lives. But what does the sun mean to you? As an almost literal warm-up, I want you to write down 3 things you associate with the sun. So pause the video now. Perhaps you said summer holidays or sunburn, maybe solar panels or even global warming. But I want you to take a moment now to write down what kind of sun is suggested by the things you first came up with. So pause the video again. Now, was your sun a help or a hindrance? Was your sun at dawn or dusk, or at its zenith in the middle of the day? Is it a life giver or a life taker? Does it gently warm or violently burn? Is it just a circle in the sky, or is it a star emitting radiation on all wavelengths, the central point around which we all turn? Does it bring the light of understanding, or does it dazzle you into a kind of blindness? And perhaps your sun is both positive and negative, reflecting the many ways in which it enters into our lives. Now, the sun has been in my thoughts in quite a few different ways at this time of pandemic and lockdown, and perhaps one of these might resonate with you too. The first is that one of the small consolations of the lockdown has been the relatively good weather across much of the UK. So on those limited occasions we might have left the confines of our homes, at least the sun has been shining upon us, with the physical health benefit of that in the form of vitamin D. Although of course the day I've chosen to record this video, the clouds have come over. But can you think back to the last time you went outside on a sunny day? I want you to write down a sentence about how that made you feel. My second thought is that the lockdown has made it possible to contemplate ways in which we might be able to address what we call the climate crisis by changing our energy-related behaviours, by walking rather than using fossil fuel transport, by reducing our consumption of materials, and by making us realise that human health takes precedence over economics. And in the news in just the past few days, we've heard that the UK has gone 2 months without burning coal to power the national grid because of the reduction in electricity demand, and also because our sunny and windy weather has increased production from renewables. So I wonder if the lockdown has made you think about how you expend energy in lots of different ways, both physical and psychological. And if so, I want you to write down 1 or 2 of your thoughts on that. My third thought is about coronavirus itself, and the clue is in the name. It refers to the appearance of the virus under an electron microscope. It has a kind of crown around it, which is reminiscent of the corona or halo around the sun. Now this, of course, isn't the only sun-like image we find on Earth. We can find what we might call microcosmic reflections of the sun in all sorts of places. And on that point, there's a poem I'd like to share with you. It's Philip Larkin's Solar from 1964. Suspended, lion face, spilling at the centre of an unfurnished sky. How still you stand, and how unaided, single stalkless flower you pour unrecompensed. The eye sees you, simplified by distance into an origin, your petalled head of flames continuously exploding. Heat is the echo of your gold. Coined there among lonely horizontals, you exist openly. Our needs hourly climb and return like angels. Unclosing like a hand, you give forever. And the similarity in appearance between the sun and the life forms it sustains is key to this poem, I think. It is a single stalkless flower which gives forever. And the speaker of the poem notes that this seemingly eternal abundance is very fortunate, given what we demand of it, that our needs hourly climb. But we might wonder what the lion face of the sun at the opening of the poem suggests. Is it that there's a kind of violence in this raw power that is necessary to sustain the organic life? For the next exercise, I want you to choose something, or perhaps even someone on earth that reminds you of the sun in some way. It might look like the sun, or perhaps provides warmth, or is at the centre of things. Think about how the sun, as a metaphor or a simile, captures something about this object, or changes your perception of it. And finally, I want you to use the various things you've written down so far to create a poem or a piece of flash fiction. And remember that if you'd like to, you can send your work to us at writingcomp@liverpool.ac.uk or tweet @LitSciHub. Thanks for watching.
This video was made as part of the University of Liverpool's collaboration with Everyman and Playhouse Theatres.